Hi everybody, I'm Amor Maximo and I'm just a random person trying to share how beautiful life is. Today I'm going to talk about my Qatar Airways flight attendant story. So if you're up for it, let's go! I have been in the airline industry for more than 10 years, more than a decade, almost 14 years. I'm running on my 14th and I think next month is my anniversary. Yeah, September. Yeah. How time flies. And I only applied for 2 airlines and the first one is the airline that I am still working for now and the other one is for Qatar Airways. There was a time a few years back, I think bago pa ako noon sa airline ko, 2008, 9, 10, there was a time na ang daming umalis kasi nag-hiring yung Emirates, Qatar, Etihad. But during that time, I asked permission from my parents if I could apply for another airline. And syempre, kakapasok ko nga lang sa industry, nag-a-adjust pa lang. So, I can't blame them. Hindi ako pinayagan. And bilang isang mabuting anak, sumunod tayo sa magulang natin. But after a while, come 2014, I was already 2 years flying in the international department. So, nagkaroon ng open day si Qatar. Ayan, if I'm not mistaken, sa Siang sa Makati. Ay, sakto, since ngayon, Qatar is starting to hire again. I think it would be nice for me to share my experience during the time that I applied for their airline. So, ang sinabi, kunwari, 9 o'clock. And I was thinking, ako, lagi ko ito nakikita, lagi ko ito naririnig. This was 2014, if I remember correctly. Dapat agahan. So, inagahan ko. I made sure I was there. Kung hindi 3 hours before sabihin ko sana reporting time. Kasi sa work reporting time. Or departure, flight. Kung 9 o'clock yun, nandun na ako ng 7. If not even 6. Pero at least minimum of 2 hours, sigurado nandun ako. Nung dumating doon, ang dami ng tao. Sobrang dami na. Ang haba na ng pila. Pero, it was early enough, 2 hours, was early enough na nakapila sa loob. Kasi alam ko umabot yun sa labas eh. Umikot pa yun ng Makati, etc. etc. Parang yung nakita nyo yung videos pag nag-open day yung mga ibang airline or kahit yung local airlines natin umaabot sa kalsada. Legit yun. So to think na dumating pa ako ng maaga nun, 2 to 3 hours before the expected time of the start time of the application, ang dami ng tao sa loob. Tapos they were in the, I think it's what they call it, yung parang I'm losing my words. Yung auditorium nila or something like that, yung convention area. So malaki talaga. So napuno na ng upuan, puro I can remember it's like a sea of monoblock chairs. Nakaupo lahat, tapos hanggang nakatayo pa, tapos nakapila. And okay, I'll try to tell this kwento from memory. Ang pagkakaalala ko, ang first part was I think my first part was parang may assessment, like parang they give your resume or something, parang they just browse through it. Tapos actually medyo sketchy na to kasi sorry, mag-isang 10 years ago na to. 2021 na ngayon, so that's 8 years ago and I can't remember all of it. Pero yun, I came in prepared. And how do I say that I came in prepared? Of course, I practiced my introductions. I practiced kung paano mag-answer ng mga usual questions. And we know what those usual questions are. Those questions that are always asked whenever there's an interview. Not just like a flight attendant application. In general, you know, yung mga what are your strengths? How do you handle stress? Why this company? Why should we hire you? Introduce yourself. Yan, yung mga usual na tanong. So, I came in prepared na kahit pa paano, pag bigla akong matanong, I have something to say. Alright? And then, I made sure I look my best during that time. I only have one suit. Yung forever kong black na suit standard, di ba? if you will buy your first suit, it's always get a black one. Prior to that, nangihiram lang ako palagi. Oo, even nung nasa airline na ako, pag-a-attend ako nung kasal, nung domestic pa ako, manghiram ako sa friend ko. So, dude, pero ba ng blazer? Kasi, naalala ko yun. And then, I eventually bought my first one. Then, yun ang ginagamit ko, syempre, black. Then, ayan. Pero during that time, one. So, paano mo gagawing different? Because you're all gonna wear the same thing. So, it's the inner. I actually can't remember my first, ako nasuot ko nung first na inner shirt. But for the second interview, I remembered it. So, pag-usapan natin yung mamaya. Ayun na, so height, wala naman problema kasi I'm proportionate to my weight and height. Wala naman akong problema dun sa height reach, parang chicken. I'm kind of tall, I'm 6 feet, and then it's easy. So fast forward na tayo dun sa part na mag-interview, mag-one-on-one interview na kayo ng recruiter. Kasi pila, I think, yun nga, they'll browse to your resume, then you'll do the reach test, height test, and then you'll go on another line. And then, yun na yung final interview. Or, height reach test muna, then, tsaka interviewin, then tapos na. Okay? So, basta may interview sa dulo. Yun na yung may, let's say, if the recruiters are 5, may 5 separate tables for them. So, hindi sila magkakasama, magkakahiwalay sila. Tapos, pipila kayo, tapos kung saan na lang kayo matapat. And, if I remember correctly, nung time ko, there was a Sri Lankan. Sa kanya ako napupunta eh. Sri Lankan. May Chinese. May Caucasian. I'm not sure if I can't remember she's American or she's European, but she's Caucasian. Tapos sure ako na may Asian eh. I think she's Chinese. And then there's another one. Yun nga yung Sri Lankan. And there's another one. I can't remember. Pero dun ako sa Sri Lankan napunta. They're all females, by the way. And of course, when you come in, pretty basic. It's I think yung usuals na sinasabi ng mga flight attendants during an application. Kahit ako sinasabi ko to eh. When you enter the room or when you are near the venue of where you are going to apply, boom, change mode na. Kumbaga customer service mode na. Yung ready ka na nakasmile, yung you always come prepared, you're already dressed. Hindi yung dun ka pa magbibihis, etc. etc. Why? Because you'll never know, baka yung makasalubong mo is one of the recruiters as they see you not looking your best already. Eh pagdating naman sa trabaho ng pagiging flight attendant, hindi ka naman darating sa airport na hindi ka ayos. 'Di ba? Kasi may kita ka na pasero, we're always groomed already the moment we step in the office, the airport nakaayos na. So, yun yung isa sa mga advice na binibigay palagi kahit ako, para naka-mindset ka na yung application pa lang, it's already your flight attendant training. So, they look at you the same way. And that's actually true. When the recruiters look at you, they do not look at you just as an applicant. They imagine you already as a flight attendant. So, kung anong suot mo, kung ano yung how you talk, how you speak. And I think even sa ibang trabaho ganito. So, bakit hindi mo i-embody the moment na pagpasok mo pa lang, di ba? Ay, nalapit na ako, smile. Basic questions, introduce yourself, small talk, etc. 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 And then, alis ka na. Tapos, mag-aantay ka na lang ng, if I remember, text message kung papasok ka sa next part or not, or, yeah. After that, I waited a couple of days and then I was scheduled for second interview. Yay! For the second interview, ay, may mga nakasabay pa ako, dalawa kong colleagues from PAL, si Vince, tsaka si Mo, tapos parang meron pang isa, si Paul, na eventually naging kasama sa airline namin, tapos may mga iba pang nakilala, etc. Alright. Tapos, for the second interview, that one naman is the group dynamics. Yun sinasabi ng group dynamics. It was before, or ewan ko, it was different during my interview. They will put you in a group, let's say 3, 4, 5, tapos they will ask you different questions like, if you're stuck in a desert island, what item will you pick? Let's say, I'm just talking about items in front of me. Table, chair, electric fan, hanger, pillow. So, ano yung magagamit mo at bakit? So, yung mga ganun. Pero nung interview namin, walang group dynamics. It was a different setup. It was a panel interview. So, again, we had to line up. Tapos, syempre tatawagin. Naglag ako na slide. Tatawagin ka. Pagdating dun sa room, So tatayo ka, of course, and always when you enter the room, you do not enter the room na mahihain tayo. Like with confidence na hindi ka na look at, first you open, you do not look down. You look at everybody that's inside. You look at all the panelists or whoever's there. Open, tingnan nyo na, smile, then of course close. Then go to your spot, then ayan, smile na. So nakatayo ka doon, kasi doon silang lahat, it was the 3 or 4 of them again, the same people. Tapos, babatuhan ka nila ng kung ano-anong tanong. Parang nagkwekwentuhan kayo. So, it's like casually talking with a group of people. So, I guess they're simulating interaction with passengers. And then, bubusisain ka na nila. Parang, meron ka bang ganito? Tapos alam mo yung may part na gumanon pa sila sa akin, sobrang lapit. Tapos tinitignan niya yung mga kung ano, ay naku, may blemish ka ngayon. Oh, naku, may moles ka pala. I mean, tinitignan nila, iniisa-isa nila. Hindi ko alam kung ano hinahanap nila. Sana hindi nila nakita yung hinahanap nila, or kung ano man yung hinahanap nila sa mukha ko, nakita nila. Sin yun na binubusisa na nila yung particulars. And after a while, that's it. They will just tell you, sa akin, wala naman sinabi, congratulations, thank you. Tapos, ayoko naman mag-assume, pero they were making me feel that everything was good. Pero syempre, ayoko mag-assume kasi hindi ko naman alam eh. Baka yun lang yun, tapos pagdating doon, salamat, try again. Di ba? So, actually, yun lang. After that, it was they really made sure that they told me na, hey, be ready for the next step. All you have to do is wait for your medical procedures and etc. Sabi nila, IPAMS will be the one to coordinate with you. So, yun yung ano natin, yung agency na in charge sa pag-hire ng cabin crew. Yun yung Philippine-based agency na they are in tie-up with, they have a tie-up. I'm blabbing again. Anyway, okay na. So, yeah. So, I was really excited. That was 2014, and I personally think I was ready to try it. It was, though I felt during the time, my parents were still kind of, hey, parang hindi sila sure, but tinigilan na nila ako dati. Tagal ko na, ang bilis ng 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, ang bilis ng 7 years. So, I think, medyo okay na sila by then. And yeah, I was convinced na, I was ready to leave by then. I was excited to try something new or step into the next part of my career. Kahit kakapani ko lang na international 3 years prior, kasi 2011 lang ako nag-international nun eh. Pero yun, sobrang looking forward ako nun. The next step was the medical. Yun medyo madugo for me kasi ang daming pinagawa. You had to go back and forth sa mga iba-ibang agency, get papers, tapos kailangan mo magpa-clear sa dentist, tapos pumunta ako dun sa dentist, tapos ang daming bayad. Parang magbabayad ka ng ganito, tapos parang, hindi kita kay-clear, magpapasta ka muna. Sige, papasta ako, magkano? Okay, sige, nagpapasta ako ng dalawa ba? Oo, parang, sabi, okay, sige, tapos punta ako ng pagka-x-ray ko, sabi, kailangan mo pumunta ng, I forgot, parang isang doctor, specialist para ma-check yung likod mo. Okay. So, check. Yuko ka, ganyan. Check. Okay na. So, bayad dito, bayad doon, bayad dito. Kailangan mo magbayad ng ganito para sa, bago ka umalis. Kumbaga, tas parang ang inaantay ko na lang, yung shot, parang kailangan mag-injection bago ka lumipad na ibang bansa. Ganun. Tapos, okay, ready na ako. Sige, ginagawa ko na lahat ng process kasi yun yung coordination sa amin ng IPAMS na, okay, you go through medical, tapos after you are done, you pass the papers to us, then you can leave na. Tapos, sabi ko, pero ang sinabi ko sa nung interview ko na, can I ask for 2 months leeway? Ayan. I was planning at least 1 month to 2 months, parang ayoko kasi umalis kagad. Kumbaga, syempre tinatanong yun eh. They know I'm working for in the airline right now. Tapos if you are hired, would you leave immediately? Sabi ko, no, I still have to give a month long, parang may tenure pa, di ba? So, yun. Pero ang plano ko nun, ang dami kong vacation leave, sobrang dami. may mga 2 taon yata ako hindi nag-vacation leave, nagbakasyon. During the time I was, I kind of like, no, I still do, but I felt na I was on a vacation kasi international flight, so puro layover, kaya hindi ako nagbakasyon ng mga 2 taon, kaya may madami akong leave balance. So I was planning, kung rin ma-hire ako, kung 1 month lang yung ibibigay, kung papayagan ako, gagamitin ko na 1 month vacation leave, and that's it. Kumbaga para hindi ko na kailangan i-work yung remainder of the month, yung 1 month separation na timeline. So kung 2 months, edi at least better, di ba, makalipad pa ako na onte. Tapos ganun pa rin gagawin ko, pero mas matagal, ma-enjoy ko muna before. Alam ko when I step there, if I start flying there, the training, the flights, it wouldn't be anytime soon that I would be back home matatagalan. So why not make the most of it? Kasi it's a new chapter na. Ayun yung naisip ko doon. Tapos yun nga, nag-ayos na ako ng paperwork. So I was really decided by then. Yung mga iba was yung mga may alam, parang sure ka ba, or kahit yung mga nakasabay ko were having second thoughts. During the time I was like, I was ready. I think I was ready. I was excited. I was looking forward to it. And then may news, nag-stop. I won't go into the details kung bakit. It's about them. It's about them. It's not about us. There was they had a problem. Ang nakaalis lang talaga yung nag-decide na umalis kagad. In the moment they knew that they were in, inayos nila kagad and they left. I think sa taga-airline ko may isa or dalawang nakaalis kagad kasi they were fairly new then. Tapos go, fight ako kasi I wouldn't do that to my company. Yun. Tapos so nga. And wala na. After that, wala na. I lost the will to apply again. I think, and for the longest time, hindi rin naman sila nag-apply nag-hire. That's another different reason kung mati sila nag-hire for the couple of years after. Pero yung reason kung ba't sa amin, basta, yun na yun. There's no point talking about it anyway. But after that, okay na ako. I think it was confirmation lang of, hey, I just have to try this to know if I can do this. And I could, pero biglang God was like, you, stop. I have different plans for you. Wait lang. Huwag natin muna ituloy. Because I know if I went there, sobrang iba. Things would be different. How I live my life right now might be different, and I love where I am in my life right now. Sobra, despite the challenges, I could imagine it to be better, but really I won't, because I'm just thankful for where I am right now. Sabi ko nga, siguro kung napunta ako ng Qatar, I would be working 2 to 3 years lang. 2 to 3 years lang, maybe I'll come back for the here sa Philippines and apply again. Kahit mag-back to zero, I don't mind. But again, it would be a different story kung nandito na ako kasi kaharap ko na yung back to zero. Or maybe I would be working in a different airline or in management or maybe in a different industry, or baka hindi ako umuwi. Alam mo yun? Kasi I have friends na who always wanted to go home. Nagtatanong pa nga sila ng job sa akin. Ano ba pwede namin applyan dyan? Tapos hindi pa rin sila makalis. Pwede isa ako dun. Hindi ko rin masabi. I really can't be definite kung ano yung mangyayari. But I am certain it's gonna be different from how I am now. Baka walang ganito ngayon eh. That's how I thought na nung moment na yun, na-feel ko na, okay, parang dinala lang ako ni God dito, tapos things change. Because after that, the opportunities to teach came back. I was teaching prior to that. Parang nagme-mentor, nagte-trainer ako for my airline, tapos nag-stop. Tapos after that, bumalik ulit yung mga opportunities. And then, nagtuloy-tuloy siya. And I think, parang that second half of, parang that moment in my career pushed me to the direction where I am right now. Kasi bumalik ako dun sa pagtuturo, na-enjoy ko ulit. Tapos, nagsunod-sunod siya until I just decided to start Amor Speaks and branch out of this comfort zone. Tapos, yun, 2019 was great. I was having my workshops. Tapos the pandemic came. Okay lang. Nag-transition tayo sa online webinars, training sessions. Tapos, ito, to be honest, itong 2020, 2021, I questioned myself again kasi parang naubos na yung apoy nung isang taon. Parang namatay yung baga. Tapos I'm kind of lost on what I want to do or how I'm going to continue to move forward. I always say we should move forward and I try my best to follow that advice. Pero ngayon, I'm trying pero I don't know kung saan direction ako pupunta. Pero lately, opportunities are knocking again. So, I'm just thankful and as always, you are where you're supposed to be. And if you are in a difficult situation right now, I believe that God is putting you to that path to lead you to where you're supposed to be. You know, yun lang. Kaya, I'm happy. Do I have regrets? No. Like what I said, I am kind of a person who try to not have regrets and always try to learn the lessons instead of pondering. And I am very happy kung nasa ako ngayon and wala lang, masaya lang. I could imagine, but I have no plans of, I don't want to change this because what this is a blessing and thank you for that. So, ikaw, if meron about applying for the airline, meron nagtanong sa akin lately, yung isang friend, sabi niya, Amor, I am naka-base siya sa ibang bansa, no? And then he's asking, what should I do? Sabi ko, apply ka lang. Hindi naman porket nagpasa ka ng resume, sure na yan, di ba? Hindi porket nagpasa ka ng resume, mabibigyan ka ng interview. Kahit half-hearted ka, just pass. Hindi mo kasi alam eh. Baka hindi mo siya iniisip, hindi mo siya inintindi, hindi ka sigurado. Baka pag nabigyan ka ng interview date, ay, ma-realize mo ayaw ka pala. Ay, sige, tuloy natin. Alam mo yun? Kumbaga, just take that step. Then, huwag mo muna problemahin kasi wala naman magbabago kung iisipin mo na iisipin. So, at least just take that step. And then, maybe if it is for you and it's in God's plan that He will lead you down the path. Okay, at least you took the step. O, ito na. O, sige, ano sunod? O, sige, para sa'yo pa. Sige, tuloy mo. Darating ka sa point na kung tutuloy ka or hindi. Para just in case, umayaw ka, I believe hindi ka magre-regret kasi ginawa mo naman yung mga steps eh. Pero at the end, you made a conscious decision na parang, ayoko, hindi. So, okay lang. Kumbaga, okay lang. Kung hindi ka nagkulang sa action. Kumbaga, may isip mo, pag hindi ako tumuloy, hindi, sa ngayon, mas okay ako dito. Sa ngayon, hindi pa muna siya para sa akin. Kung hindi siya dumating, okay lang kasi I made the choice when the opportunity came. Kumbaga, buo yung decision mo at kung ano man yung outcome, you decided that that was the best decision that you could do at that moment. So, maybe in the future, your future self will say, ay hindi, sana ganito ginawa mo. Okay lang. Kasi during that moment, yun yung importante. So, during that moment, pinag-isipan mo, nilayan mo, the outcome may turn out otherwise or differently or you may change your mindset. But during that moment, you did your best. And again, that's all you can ask for. So if you have a plan in applying to QR, go ahead. I wish you luck. And for those who want to apply in different airlines in the future, just keep our fingers crossed and look, it's been more than a year and you can see how different the situation is right now, how better it is compared to last year and even last year, the early part of last year. So there's no way to go but up. Kumbaga, we are all just riding an airplane, slowly taking off. And really soon, hindi lang yung runway makikita natin, eventually we'll rise up and see the tower and rise up and see the small buildings and rise up and see the people na parang langgam and all our way to the clouds up in the sky. Feeling good feeling, dance more, worry less, live free. See you next time.